Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thanks for joining me for another Disney video. When you go down to Florida, it's inevitable, it's probably going to rain. No matter what time of year that you go, though obviously in certain months more so than others, you're probably still gonna run into rain, especially in the summer. But just in general, that's kind of just what goes on in the Sunshine State, ironically enough. Especially in the summer, you'll find that there are rainstorms almost every single day. Sometimes they're 20 minutes, sometimes they're an hour, sometimes they're a drizzle, and sometimes they're a downpour. I've actually experienced a downpour in my last trip when I was there. That kept me stuck on the Everest line for a while. There's a crazy thunderstorm happening right now. Everest has stopped. The thunder's crazy. No lightning that I saw. Oh, just waiting. Waiting some more. So when you know that the forecast calls for rain, you don't want to miss out on a park day, right? Especially if you don't have extra days planned to just like chill out and like not go to a park. If you are on a schedule where maybe you've only got 5 days in Disney and you really want to maximize your time there, you can't really afford to miss a park day. So what do you do if the forecast calls for rain? And what park is the best park to go to in the rain? So like I said, because it rains every day, you don't want to find that just because the forecast says rain that you're only going to go to X park. I think what you really have to look at first is this a passing shower? What's the chance of it, the percentage? You know, what kind of risk do I want to take? Because sometimes it'll say it's gonna rain and then it never does. So really look into that first and don't just plan to go to X park every time it rains, because you might find that you're going there like every day, because every day calls to rain, especially like I said in the summer. That said, let me actually start with the worst park for the rain before we get to the best park. And I think the worst park during the rain is Animal Kingdom. The reason is Animal Kingdom is a very open park, open as in outdoor. Makes sense, right? I mean, Animal Kingdom is essentially a place where you can wander around and purposely get lost and go down these paths and discover animals, and you know, it's kind of just open to explore. But the problem is that means that you're taking a while before you get to shelter. So to go from a store to a restaurant or to another shelter of a ride, it takes a bit more walking than most other parks, unless you find yourself in the immediate hub area around the Tree of Life. You can find that, you know, some stores and restaurants are very close to each other. But if you find yourself off in Asia or Africa or any other area, you might really be running for cover quite a bit. Rain is going to shut down Everest, it's going to shut down the Cali River Rapids. If it doesn't shut down Kilimanjaro safaris, like if this isn't enough to, you still might end up going and then like not seeing a lot of animals because they're taking cover. You do have other options, you know, Festival of the Lion King is indoors, the Finding Nemo show is indoors, so is Dinosaur, but really it doesn't leave you with a lot of options, and you're gonna find everybody's gonna wanna run to those places, and then they're gonna be even more crowded. So if there's a surefire chance of rain or a really bad storm, Animal Kingdom is not your best bet. So what I actually think is the best park to go to when it is raining is Magic Kingdom. I say that for a couple of reasons. If you get caught in the rain on Main Street, you're fine, you're golden, because all of the stores are connected to each other. It's very easy to walk through all of the stores down Main Street and get to where you need to go without ever having to actually go out in the rain. You'll find that most lands, you're going to find a lot of cover. There's a lot of rides, a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants. There's not too much open area, save for a couple of spots in Frontierland, and maybe a little bit of that walk between Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. For the most part, you're gonna find a place to be able to duck in, no problem. And even though, you know, things like Big Thunder Mountain might be affected by the rain, you're gonna find that a lot of the rides are indoors and they won't be affected by the rain. And there's so many rides in Magic Kingdom that it's gonna split up the crowds. You're not gonna find that there's only 3 indoor rides and everyone's gonna rush to those. You've got a whole bunch of options. You've got Carousel of Progress, Space Mountain, Pirates, Haunted Mansion. There's plenty to be done that's indoors while you wait out the rain. You know, there's lots of other little things that you can pop into. Just sit through the Hall of Presidents or Country Bear Jamboree and wait out the rain. So you have a lot of options when you're in Magic Kingdom, even if it rains. And so I think that is the best park to go to when it rains. My runner-up would actually be Hollywood Studios, because although you know, Tower of Terror can be affected by the rain, depending on lightning, really. Most of those rides are not going to be affected as well. And while it is a little bit of a big park to get across, once you're in a certain area and if it starts to downpour, there's plenty of areas there to kind of duck under. I find that Epcot can be tough because you're usually trapped in one area or the other. If it starts pouring when you're in World Showcase, you're staying in World Showcase. You can run from store to store and country to country, but it's hard to get from World Showcase to Future World without, you know, pretty much getting soaked, and vice versa. So you are kind of trapped where you are in those sections of Epcot. So that's why I didn't put it as either my #1 choice for the rain, but it's not my, you know, least favorite for the rain either. So those are just my thoughts on where to go if it is pouring. Magic Kingdom, #1. Animal Kingdom, don't do it. If you have another opinion about where you like to go when it is raining, please let me know in the comments below, or you can tweet me at IvyWinterYT. I'd like to hear what your plans generally are, because we all know that it rains a ton in Florida and it's really hard to avoid, but that doesn't mean that you can't have fun. Thanks for watching another video. I always appreciate it. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Please also ask me any questions that you'd want me to answer. I love to be able to create videos of what you guys actually want to see. That makes me so happy. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Bye.